Hello and welcome to the next section of the content module inside of the Abandon the Grind subscriber hub. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be going over determining the right content medium for you, assessing how frequently you can actually post, and using a content calendar. For the content calendar portion of the module, I'm actually going to be recording a second video that will link you directly to a content calendar that I have created for you. You'll be able to download it, you'll be able to edit it, you'll be able to use it for whatever it is that you need to use it for, and I have set it up so that way you can actually plan content out 90 days in advance, because I like to go quarter by quarter. If that doesn't work for you, you can use it as little or as often as you like. So let's go over content mediums first. Text is absolutely the most common medium for content, but that doesn't mean it has to be your primary means of content. When thinking of text, most people think about blog posts. However, long and short form social media posts also count. Anything that basically, if you were writing it out yourself, took pen to paper, that is a beautiful form of text content, and it will work toward your overall SEO goal, toward getting people looking at your stuff, toward getting people reading about you, and toward getting people to your site. Now, for me and for a lot of other people that I have dealt with, text is generally the most time-consuming of the various content mediums because it involves a typical planning process. You have to go through like making sure you're conveying your message appropriately via text, which can sometimes be hard to infer tone and meaning and all of that stuff. But text is also the best for SEO, for bringing people to your site, and for getting people to actually get to know you in terms of showing up higher in their news feeds and their search engines and all of that stuff. So the next most popular form of content is video. And that one is fabulous for those with a highly visual audience, such as those who primarily get their stuff from Instagram, YouTube, etc. And this is also great for those who hate writing, but are absolutely fabulous on camera and can convey their personality like nobody's business. One of the other benefits of video is it's super easy to repurpose and to use your video content to create other content, which I will be discussing in a little bit. If YouTube is the primary host for videos and keywords are used appropriately, organic traffic can absolutely be attained. So Google owns YouTube. We all know this. And Google prefers stuff that's on its platform to show up higher in search engine results, which means if you really heavy hit the SEO and your not only in your title but your video description, you can and will show up higher in search engine results than some people who have done some long form content and posted that on their website. So audio is the next form of content. And this is generally done in the form of podcasts. And this form of content, while super popular, is not as popular as video and text, at least not yet. So it's fabulous for those with an audience who is often either on the go or too busy to sit down and read or watch a video. This is fabulous if your primary audience is, say, a busy working mom or even a busy stay-at-home mom. Someone who's got a long commute to and from work, or someone who you know is hitting the gym after work or before work, often something where someone can plug their headphones in and listen to what it is that you have to say while they're working out or working or going to and from work or school or something. So this is a fabulous form of content for them. It is harder to get organic traffic to this form of content than it is to video or text. However, it's absolutely possible. So often, people who are really heavily into podcasts hop onto iTunes or any other podcast hoster, SoundCloud, etc., and just start looking around for a podcast that's in their niche and in their industry. I know I do that often, where I'll just sit down and say, you know what, I'm kind of bored with the podcast I've been listening to, or a new episode hasn't come out in a while and I really need something else to listen to. Let me go find something else in my industry that I can, get some motivation from and really listen to and get some solid ideas from while I'm writing out this content, etc. So if you play your cards right, it's absolutely not easy, but you absolutely can get organic traffic from your podcast and from your audio content mediums. So it's probably it's a very, very good idea to pick not just one form of content. Most business owners do not pick just one form of content. In fact, it's better overall if you can handle posting content in more than one form, because it will give you a greater reach for your audience. Not everyone loves to sit down and read a really long blog post. Sorry, I have a cold on top of all of this. So not everybody wants to sit down, read a really giant long blog post. Not everybody wants to sit down and watch a 10-minute long video on something. So it's good to have a happy medium where you have some written content, some video content. You don't necessarily have to have audio content, especially if you have video. People can always listen while not watch, etc. But multiple forms of content will also attract more organic traffic, because the organic traffic that will be coming from YouTube with your keyword-rich videos and their descriptions, etc., will hit your website. And those that come in through, Pinterest, etc., with your written content are also going to hit your website. So I'd be getting it at both angles, which is just absolutely fabulous for you. So let's talk about the value of repurposing. Repurposing content can be crucial to saving your sanity. Like, I repurpose all the time. I repurpose often by batching out some strategic videos and then having them transcribed to use as long form Facebook posts and blog posts, etc. And then I can take snippets from those blog posts and use them as tweets, Instagram captions, etc., saving me tons of time in the long run. So generally what I do is I will sit down and I will go over more of this in a batching lesson. Sit down, have a couple of outfits ready to go, and I will spend all day, one day, creating video after video after video. So I'll do 5, 10 plus videos in one day and just get it done and over with. And that will be my videos for the next month to 2 months, depending upon how many I get done that day. I will then send all of them off to Rev and get them all transcribed. So every single one of them is transcribed, where I can then edit them and turn them into blog posts. I will then take those blog posts and take out snippets and all of that and turn it into, Facebook posts, etc. And again, I'll go into substantially more detail on how I use Asana for that and etc. in the batching lesson, which you can find later on inside of the content module in your subscriber hub. So figure out how frequently can you post. So the more often you can add content to your site, the better off you're going to be in the long run. Like we discussed back in the Why is Content Important module, the more content that you add, the better off you're going to be in search engine results, and those that post 16 plus times a month are going to get just substantially more traffic than people who are not. And by repurposing and batching content, even if you get busy, you can add content regularly, and you don't have to worry about constantly coming up with more stuff because it's there, it's ready to go. You've got that video done, you can just pop in there, grab a minute-long snippet, and suddenly you've got an Instagram post, etc. So by really working hard and planning ahead, and batching and repurposing everything that you've batched, you can create a couple of months worth of content in a few days, and it's going to save you so much headache and hassle in the long run. So that's it for this lesson on how to create a content plan. The next video, which I will attempt to link at the bottom of this, is going to go over the content creation calendar and how to use that inside of your business to help you batch and repurpose and get everything done and ready to go. So I hope to see you there. Bye.